all to me. He crossed the living room and checked out the back window, too. Didn't you put out leftover oatmeal for the birds? Bob's oatmeal was, if possible, even worse than his meatloaf. But the neighborhood geese had finished picking the oats from the gloop 3 mornings ago. They didn't give Feliciana the prickling feeling that she was being watched. It wasn't a bird, Feliciana said. There aren't any bears or wolves around here. Bob twisted the blinds shut. You know what I think is going on? Good old first day of school jitters. Gee, I wonder why. Feliciana turned down the hall to her room. Things will be different this year, Bob called. You'll see. Feliciana kept walking so Bob couldn't see her roll her eyes. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of Feliciana loving Paul Revere Academy. Feliciana shut her bedroom door. If Bob wanted to bond with her, and Mom kept claiming he did, he should know better than to talk about school. Not Revere Academy, where Feliciana was starting 6th grade tomorrow. Definitely not John Q. Adams Elementary, where she had been stuck for her first year in Boston. Feliciana's cell phone buzzed in her pocket. It was probably Grandma. She called almost every day. Feliciana swiped to open her phone, and her stomach plunged to her toes. It wasn't Grandma. It was a post for a school supply drive, shared by Ashley Hampton from John Q. Adams. The graphic was full of information about where and how to donate, but Ashley had tagged Feliciana in a comment. Help Mudbug afford markers. Feliciana threw her phone on her bed. Ashley always got likes on her posts. In real life, she got laughs and nods and people joining in to remind Feliciana that she wasn't like the rest of Boston. Feliciana was Cajun, which, according to Ashley, meant Feliciana talked wrong, belonged in the boondocks, and was too poor to afford school supplies. Being Cajun actually meant that 500 years ago, Feliciana's ancestors were kicked out of French Canada by the British and moved to Louisiana. It meant that Feliciana's life used to look like the pictures in her sketchbook. When classmates last year made fun of her accent, saying it sounded like she was choking on a French frog, Feliciana drew Janae and Olivia, her best friends from home. When the teacher yelled to stop saying, "Yes, ma'am," because it made her feel old, Feliciana drew the Fay Dodo dance party at the parish fair. When Ashley called her Mudbug and Swamp Girl and asked if she rode an alligator to school, Feliciana drew Uncle Joseph's shrimp boat, bringing in a fresh catch. And when Feliciana turned in her final math exam, covered in pictures of Louisiana and not one single number, Mom and Bob decided she should try a new school. So tomorrow, Feliciana would start at Revere Academy, where she was determined to talk as little as possible so no one would hear her accent, remember not to say ma'am so her teacher would like her, and keep her fingers crossed that no one would know who Ashley even was. And maybe things would be okay. A knock sounded on the bedroom door. Feliciana jumped, even though there was no way it could be Ashley. Or whatever had been watching her outside. "Good night, Bob," Feliciana called. "Nope, not Bob." The door opened, and Mom peeked in, wearing her Stop and Shop polo and a tired smile. Feliciana tried to smile back. "I didn't hear you come home." "I'm sneaky like that." Mom came in and closed the door behind her. "Bob said you went to bed early, but I wanted to see how you're feeling about tomorrow." Feliciana shrugged. "I really think it's going to be better this year," Mom said. Feliciana shrugged again. "It might be fun. Both of us in school at the same time."